All right, hello everybody, welcome back to class. Today we're going to be working on quick escapes from a shoulder grab, or more so that's, I guess, excessive flirtatious hand on the shoulder, that kind of awkward situation. With this, just extra, information there. If you haven't seen our elbow, you can go ahead and check that one if the quick escape for the elbow grab. But I reference that because it's very important that you take in consideration that awkward moment where that person's closing the distance. You don't want them to grab you. You don't want them to actually lock down onto you because it's harder to escape when it's locked down. I mean, it makes sense. It's obvious, but a lot of times the mental handicap that we give ourselves in a self-defense situation, that puts us into a very dangerous spot. And what I mean with that is when you're dealt with the situation and you deal with the sense of violence, majority of people, they automatically just kind of back down from that in their mind. They're not always thinking, oh, this could escalate to be something dangerous, right? We're far more peaceful by nature, at least for most of us, not some of us. Stephanie. Never mind. But basically, if you have those butterflies sensation in your stomach, listen to it. If you feel this is kind of a creeper, listen to it. Don't just write it off as, oh no, that's not happening to me. Take advantage of the situation, that pre-warning, and use it for your benefit and stay safe. If you're just being excessive and it turns out that this is just a nice individual, well, you can always apologize and you'll most likely get a compliment and say, wow, you're pretty dangerous. I'm glad I'm not the mugger trying to attack you because you would have killed me. Something like that. But you never know what the intentions are of the other person, so listen to those butterflies in your stomach. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so now moving to the technique, we have Gussie. Gussie's back with us today. Give her a big thumbs up. Don't forget about Louie in the back. Okay, so again, this is just a quick escape. We want to make sure in the event of someone coming up, grabbing onto the shoulder, being a little extra flirtatious, not choking, not that serious threat, not coming here and grabbing onto the shirt or, really trying to like pin you against the wall. Nothing that excessive. Just a little lower breaking the ice kind of breaking the ice harassment. I don't even know if that's a thing. But I think you understand what I mean. Someone comes up onto the shoulder here before they're able to grip on. Ideally, just like in the elbow grab, we want to be able to put those hands up, right? We want to get both those hands up, let them know, hey, back off. I'm not comfortable with this. That assertiveness makes a big difference on my or the villain, the bad guy's decision on how they're going to continue further. If they feel it's going to be a fight, the majority of the time they're going to back off, right? Unless they're seriously contemplating and planning to attack you specifically. But in the case, you definitely want to know that you're going to put up a fight and you're willing to stand up for yourself. You have self-respect and you're going to put your foot down, right? Okay, so with this one on the shoulder grab, I don't recommend putting the hands to the inside, both to the inside. I do recommend putting one to the outside and one here because now you have more leverage and more availability for your safety, right? Coming to the inside, yes, that's okay. However, this can cover here, but then this one here, I have this. It's easy for me to lock on and grab onto both, right? You don't want to give me the chance to immobilize both hands. So this is actually safer for you, okay? So now here is this one. We're just going to take this hand and reach over to the thumb. This hand here is distracting. She can throw a palm strike if she so wishes. She can throw a finger strike if she so wishes. She can do kicks if whatever she desires, right? And then from here in this position, she's reaching into that thumb and she's going to peel that off. And it's going to be very difficult for me to hold on. Now, difficult, not impossible. Makes sense? So as it's here and she reaches over, she does have to make a very strong effort to really reach that thumb and really peel that down really hard. A lot of effort onto that. And I go back to this hand, we call it a prep. Anytime that she can use this other hand to do a strike, finger strike, whatever it may be, to actually hit me and distract me, we call that a prep is because it's preparing this for a successful technique. Does that make sense? I think we actually covered preps in another video. If we did, Louis, just throw that up there. All right? So one more time, a little excessive, a little too flirtatious here. Whoa, stop, calm down. I'm already distracted by this hand. If I go a little excessive, she can throw a strike. But while she's doing that, she's grabbing onto that thumb. Really grab that thumb, Gus. Really, really grab onto that and just peel that out. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, a variation to that is using this hand. Maybe this hand's full. Maybe this hand has another person. Maybe there's a secondary child or whoever that may be, right? Once we grab onto here and where this hand's not available, it's very simple to do the same exact thing, but instead you're grabbing onto the pinky side, right? Pulling onto the pinky and just peeling it off, and then backing up and giving yourself the exit that's needed. Make sense? Quick reminder, quick escape. In a real life situation, it's much easier. The moment she feels those butterflies, she throws those hands up, she should already be hitting me. She should already be hitting me to my nose. She should already be shoving her fingers into my eyes. She should if she has the availability and the balance, she can be kicking me right now. Something should be causing me pain and disruption as she's able to get her hand onto mine and peeling that away and then backing up for her safety and either find an exit to run or give herself distance so she can go to actual combative one application, kicks and punches, and actually fighting. Does that make sense? Last time, one more time. Here, she grabs, goes for the thumb, peeling the thumb. Now, grab the thumb. Yes, there. Really make sure you grab that thumb, the whole thumb. Don't just rely on grabbing the meat of the thumb. Really grab that. That makes sense, right? Okay. And if she uses the opposite hand, really get used to that. Really grabbing towards that pinky and really peeling that finger. Okay. If it's a big guy, if it's a real big person, right, Gus, you're a big lumberjack now. Okay. If I just grab onto the wrist or grab onto the arm, if I grab onto the arm, or if I just grab on here to the wrist and to the hand, there's a strong possibility that I'm not going to be strong enough to actually do anything with that person. But grabbing that finger and really pulling it back, they're going to move with that. Same thing on this side. If I'm grabbing over here and I'm really ripping that thumb while shoving my fingers in their eye, that's going to cause a movement. Make sense? Now, of course, ideally, you should be yelling, you should be screaming, you should be asking for help, you should be standing your ground verbally, saying no, back off, leave me alone. There's all that internal self-defense application, but when it comes to the details and this quick escape, really grab those digits, the pinky and the thumb. All right? Questions, comments, hit us up below. Give Louie that thumbs up and say again for Gussie, thank you very much. Train hard, train safe, and really go over this drill a lot. Don't just do it a couple times and feel confident. Use different partners, ask different people, different size hands, and just see how much effort you have to have. Because it looks easy, but it isn't. If she just grabs onto the thumb and I'm really bearing down onto it, she's trying to pull, she's not going to move me. Does that make sense? She really has to grab onto that thumb and make a quick, assertive movement. Ow, that one actually popped my finger. Good job, Gus. Okay, a quick, assertive movement with a lot of intent. Remember, if I'm putting my hands, well, not me. If some guy or lady is putting their hands on you and you don't want them to do that, you have to stand up for yourself. It's called self-defense, not self-complaint. So really make sure you put a lot of effort onto that. All right? Train hard, train safe. See you next time.